What up, what up, what up, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central. I'm your boy ACS, brought to you by by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. What is good, what is good? Lots of news, lots of news. First off, Atlanta Falcons. It's Michael Penix time in Georgia right now, right? They finally made the switch. 3 games left in the season. We'll talk about that. The college football playoff starts this Friday. We do Indiana, Notre Dame to see who plays the Georgia boys. A little bit of high school football news. Got some scores, some high school football scores coming at y'all. Soccer, man. The Atlanta United hires Henderson. Talk about that just a bit and what that might mean for the football club. Obviously, a lot of work doing the offseason, made the playoffs and things of that nature. And the Hawks, man, came this close. The Hawks almost were able to wrap up that NBA Cup. I ultimately lost to Milwaukee, and then Milwaukee went on to win it. Talk about that just a little bit as well. Hawks got season starts back tomorrow, regular wise or whatever. Georgia Tech got themselves a bowl bid. Talk about that a little bit. And yeah, man. Again, Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See y'all in a bit. What is up? What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Georgia Sports Central, IE Sports Radio. You know what it is. So, like I said, a couple things to get to, man. Got a lot of news when you're talking about, especially major stuff when it comes to the Falcons as far as the starting quarterback position goes. They made the change, right? They drafted Penix early in the first round, and I was like, what are y'all doing? And then now we've come to see that draft pick come to fruition, right? Before our eyes on Sunday. Anyway, we'll get to that a little bit. Real quick, I did want to mention, if you guys don't follow me anywhere else, I'm on all my social media stuff right here. Obviously, I have another YouTube channel where I talk about some more pop culture themed stuff. And also I talk about some other sports, like pretty much the entire National Football League on one of my little channels there. But if you try to follow me on any of these, you go right there, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Vero, PlayStation Network, if you will, right? If you like to get down with the sticks. I do play some PlayStation, Call of Duty. I hadn't played. Let's tell you something about me. This might sound. You take this how you will. I haven't really played Madden or NCAA college football. This once the season started, I kind of slacked off from playing it. Like, I don't know what it is. Some kind of superstition took over the hands. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stay on COD until football season's done with. Then I'll jump back on my Maddens and my college footballs and my dynasties and franchises and things of that nature. But I don't know why. It's just superstitious, I guess. Superstitious. Anyway, let's jump over here, man. Talk about some high school football, man. Number 2, Milton from Georgia, obviously defeats Langston Hughes from Georgia, 56-35 to capture the Georgia 5A state championship. Miami QB signing Luke Nickel completed 21-22 passes. Dude, my man's is out here in high school, 21 of 22. 413 yards and 4 touchdowns. No wonder he going to Miami, right? That's a quarterback from Milton anyway. Look, to take it up. So the Milton Eagles guarantee themselves the number 2 seed in the state of Georgia. Simply, they're going to be number 2 regardless of what else happens as they come over Langston Hughes 56-35, which is cool to see, man. I'm looking at all some of these schools on this bracket, man. Some of recognizable. Villa Rica right there. I see them up there. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they made the playoffs at 5-4. Bro, somebody made the playoffs 3 and 4. Okay, I didn't quit looking at these. This is getting a little East Paulding. I know where that's at. Noonan, right. Okay. Milton was the odds-on favorite, just jumping, clapping cats' cheeks all the way to the finals, right? Let's move on. All right. Also, man, shouts out to Carrollton. They're playing Grayson tonight, actually. The game starts at 8 p.m. It's an opportunity to watch a live stream. So let's see what happens with them. As Buford over North Gwinnett, 43-7, right? So we'll see what happens with Carrollton, man. Carrollton, very familiar with Carrollton, been there several times, got family in Carrollton, right? It's a drive up the road, probably about an hour or so, I ain't been to Carrollton in a minute. Damn, I need to get back to Carrollton. I don't know for what reason, just I hadn't been there in a while, right? Anyway, so yeah, so that's a little bit of high school football talk right there. Again, shouts out to Milton Eagles champions, beating Langston Hughes, and we'll see what happens when it comes to Carrollton and Grayson, man, coming up. And Buford, shouts out to them as well, beating North Gwinnett. That was last week when that game took place. So shouts out to them. Shouts out. Let's move on to some soccer. Atlanta United news, man. Obviously, season's over with. Off-season things going on. There's not real big news coming out of there at this moment. However, we did hire Chris Henderson, right? Joins Atlanta United. He says, time to get to work. GM position. So I followed this club for a while now, and the ambitions of the club, both on and off the pitch, are clear: to compete for trophies every single season. I'm excited to get to work with Garth and help Atlanta United build on its histories and success. So shouts out, man. Step 1, coach. Steps 2 and 3. Yes. So as a head coach, right? Congratulations, you just hired one of the top GMs in the league. You're going to become a major contender in the MLS. Hopefully that is true. That's just the people commenting on this hire. So yes, shouts out Chris Henderson, GM, hired by Atlanta United. See what they do, man. See what they do in this offseason. See what they could get sort of taken care of so they can get back to. Yeah, I'll never forget the United winning that shit. Like winning the cup their first season of existence. That's insane, man. That is insane to think about, honestly. And see what else I got out here. All right, y'all. Let's move on to these dirty birds, right? Let's get to these Atlanta Falcons, man. Let's let's get real with it real quick, right? So obviously, if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you know that the situation is kind of dire right now. You started the season kicking ass, going through these teams, beating the Bucks twice. And look, man, the Bucks got to show respect. Nice right now. Nice football team right now, right? So took them out, got the 2 dubs against them early. Got that taken care of. Beat Carolina, beat the Saints up in the division by leaps and bounds, right? And then obviously they've been on this 4 or 5 game skid, right? They've been sliding. Kirk Cousins has not been playing well. Lots of interceptions, not that many touchdowns. And so with that being the case, obviously the news this week when it came to that organization was they moved on from Kirk Cousins, man. They're going to let Michael Penix Jr., they're going to hand the keys to the young man, let the left-armed bandit get that thing out there and see what he could do on the field with the rest of the squad. And look, man, got to do what you got to do, right? You see the season coming to an end, you know that this last 3-game stretch is very, very important to. I mean, all they have to do, if they can win all 3 of them, that'd be great. They got the tiebreaker over Tampa Bay, so it does not matter as long as they can win the games, right? Now, start catching L's, then there's a problem. And there's one game between the last 6 games between both teams, which is what this race is basically coming down to, because Carolina and New Orleans are not in the battle for the NFC South. 3 games, right? So for real quick, statement from Falcons head coach Raheem Morris for the Atlanta Falcons, right? This is via Adam Schefter tweeted this out like a few days ago. Yesterday. After review, we have made the decision Michael Penix Jr. will be the Atlanta Falcons starting quarterback moving forward. This was a football decision, and we are fully focused on preparing the team for Sunday's game against the New York Giants. That's from Coach Raheem Morris, right? Plain and simply put, Kirk ain't cutting it right now. That's basically what it is. You got to. I mean, I'll pull up his stats in a second as far as what he's been doing as of late, with this thing. But if you're a Falcons fan, you already know. You already know, right? It's just, if you're not even a Falcons fan, you just love football. You've seen this taking place, right? Over the course. All right, so the Bucks are 8-6. While the Falcons are 7-7, but Atlanta holds the tiebreaker with 2 wins over Tampa Bay, like I just mentioned. So remaining schedules for Atlanta. You got the Giants, right? Very winnable game, right? The Giants going through some transition type things right there. The Commanders, though. The middle game out of the 3 games left is the Washington Commanders. That's not a joke. That's not a New York Giants, right? So that is the game. And then listen, the next last game of the season against the Carolina Panthers. I would say that's a winnable game, but I mean, Bryce Young took a little bit of a step back this past weekend. I noticed in that game that they had this past weekend, but that's still not an easy win, right? The Carolina Panthers would love nothing more than to smash the Falcons season because they ain't got nothing to play for. As a matter of fact, they if they wanted some higher draft picks, they might not want to win no more games. But I think they out here wanting to play, right? They're gonna be wanting to play, and again, they are playing for nothing. So what better way to spoil somebody's season than to beat the Falcons in week 18? You got me? See how easy that can be? So again, Atlanta's last three teams, the Giants, the Commanders, the Panthers. Now, Tampa Bay's last three teams, right? Now, if you ask me, there's something I will say there's a little bit something vicious about Tampa Bay's offense. Again, there's a rookie starting for the Falcons, and that's why I put so much contention on the Commanders game and the Panthers game, because you don't know. We have to see what happens this Sunday when his first start against the Giants, right? So adjust this thing real quick. So what you're looking at is Tampa Bay has the Cowboys, the Panthers, and the Saints, dog. I mean, look, and again, their offense is a little bit more vicious, and I know what they are. I think Tampa Bay might not lose any of those games. So the Falcons need to win all three of these last games in order to keep Tampa Bay from winning the NFC South. That is going to be a tall task. Again, as I've laid out before you, the Giants, Commanders, Panthers for the Falcons, Cowboys, Panthers, Saints for Tampa Bay, right? Michael Penix Jr. now takes over in Atlanta. So there's that. Let's see. Let me get to this thing right here. All right. So this is a couple things that could happen with Kirk Cousins, right? As we look at let's see. Yeah, it's crazy. Honestly, might I not forget to mention, hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Honestly, I can't mention this without also mentioning how this news sort of came out too. It's kind of shocking because the Falcons won this past week. They beat the Raiders 15-9. Not the best game from the Falcons. I mean, look, 15-9 just tells you exactly what it was, right? Ended a 4-game lose streak. I will say, shouts out to them chrome face masks too. I wrote that down in my notes because I was like, I got to remember the chrome face mask, man. So yeah, they end a 4-game losing streak against the Raiders, right? Raiders, you can say whatever you want about them and sort of they apologize. Hey man, the Bucs, man, the offense is like they look like they want to kill folks. Like as far as like let's say, yeah, you ain't got to apologize, man. The Bucs are like, good gracious. Got to give credit where credit is due, man. Got to give credit. Got to know your opponent, right? Scout your opponent. Know these cats, how good they are, because it's going to take an effort. Good thing we did get the Bucs earlier in the season, right? Or that thing might be a little bit different right now, especially with but Kirk Cousins sort of flaws lately in the system when it comes to playing for that team, right? So I mean, they didn't look. The Birds didn't look too dominant against the Raiders, and Cousins threw another pick. Koo missed another field goal late that sort of gave the Raiders a chance to try. Remember what happened? The Raiders came in there and went for a 2-point conversion at the end of that game and didn't get it, which would have sealed that thing for them, right? Instead of tying the game up against us, they went for the two. Yeah. So when you look at let's talk about Kirk Cousins for a second, right? The Falcons' options with Kirk Cousins after today's benching for Michael Penix Jr. Release him before March 16th of next year, and no post-June 1 designation. They'd still owe him $27.5 million guaranteed cash and carry a $65 million dead cap hit in 2025. Man, y'all gave Kirk Cousins that money, man. Release him before March 16th, post-June 1 designation, same cash, but they'd spread the dead cap hit over 2 years, $40 million in 2025 and $25 million in 2026. It's all bad. Hey, we out here, man. We out here. So look, whatever the case may be, the Falcons are going to be paying Kirk Cousins for a minute. It is not going to just disappear. The contract doesn't just vaporize in the thin air, right? It says trade him before June 1st, 2025, right? Which he need to agree to. They carry a dead cap number of $37.5 million, right? But they save $27.5 million in cash and $2.5 million in cap, right? If Cousins remains on the Atlanta Falcons roster as of March 16th, another $10 million in 2026 will become fully guaranteed. Not impossible, but practically unfathomable after the decision day. Yes, you can't consider still giving him more money on top of what you already owe him after you've decided to move on to Michael Penix Jr., right? Benching him now also avoids a situation where Cousins could get hurt in the final 3 games and lock in that additional $10 million. which there's your answer there, folks. That was probably the kicker. Yeah, that was probably the kicker, right? I wonder what they're gonna do with Koo after the season 2, man. I mean, Koo's been very good for the Falcons, man, since he's been here. But this season he struggled a bit. He struggled a bit with some easy kicks that you're normally seeing him make on a regular basis. And as a matter of fact, he's been one of the better field goal kickers in the league the past 5-6 seasons, right? So like he's having a little off season, man. He's having an off season. Pause our dogs. Apologies, y'all. Apologies. I'm sorry, y'all. They're just going nuts out there. Give me just a second. Throw the music back. Well, here we go. Apologies for that. I had to go straighten out the dogs. It was out there going nuts. Yeah, back to the Falcons. Apologies again. Back to the Falcons. Also, they flexed the Falcons. The Commanders game is flexed to Sunday Night Football Week 17. See what I'm saying? I just remember that right here. The Falcons versus Commanders game is flexed to Sunday Night Football Week 17. So that makes that game even more glaring, right? Penix on display. Rookie out here straight up. Yo, let's show everybody what this guy can do. Prime time. The nation will be watching. I guarantee you that. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of interested football fans out there to see what Penix is going to do on the pro level. He'll have a game under his belt by that time. And yeah, man, flex Sunday Night Football. So again, I talked about the remaining schedule. We got the Giants pulling up to the ATL on Sunday, right? Again, that game very winnable, but that's Michael Penix's first start. I'm sure that Raheem Morris and the gang have a plan in place to sort of take care of the young cat, his first start, right? Make sure things are easy for him, as easy as they could possibly make him, man. I feel like Penix gonna ball out, man. I feel like Michael Penix is gonna do pretty good in these last 3 games. Nothing spectacular, man. I'm not, if he does do some spectacular shit, then fine, right? But I think he's gonna be fine. Right, I think that the team is going to take care of him. He's going to make a couple nice throws that to give Falcons fans some confidence in the young man, and his coaches and his teammates more confidence in him. Right, as things go forward. Because I mean, look, the decision to start him is like 1,000% confidence boost. This was a video game that would have boosted your confidence 1,000% coming into this. Right, and so look, no matter how the season turns out, I think Falcons fans are going to be pretty excited about the future going forward, because I do think he's going to show us some things in these last 3 games that's going to get everybody in the dirty South to sort of, okay, it might be bright, right? It might be bright because I'm guaranteeing you right now the Bucs, they're probably going to give Baker that long term. The way he's playing, they're going to give him that. So, yeah, man. Wait, pull up. Yeah, I done hit you with Cousins' options already as far as what can happen to him when he leaves. So, yeah. One quick last thing. I forgot to mention this too. One quick last thing. I know it was the Raiders and Desmond Ridder and things of that nature, but the Falcons, the defense kind of balled out, right? Defense, special teams, 2 turnovers, 2 block punts, a safety, 3 sacks, and an 80% stop rate on 3rd down against the Raiders on Sunday. So, I mean, if you could separate that from the offensive bit, that's a little bit something else optimistic to look forward to towards the end of the season as well, is that particular stat right there when it comes to the defense. But again, Falcons, Commanders, flex to Sunday Night Football. And yeah, man. So let's get into some stuff real quick. By the way, you are listening to Georgia Sports Central, courtesy of IE Sports Radio, your feed for all that is sports. And Y'all, we'll be right back. Let y'all hear from some of the sponsors real quick. Apologies, we're supposed to do this early in the show.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, Single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, what is up? What is up? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. Let's move on to some Braves, man. Let's talk about it. There's not much news out there. A couple look, man. as a Braves fan, it's kind of hard when it comes to this kind of stuff in the offseason because your general manager doesn't like to pay people, right? You've seen the players that have walked away from the Braves. Freddie Freeman, with an outstanding postseason to top off a great career for Atlanta, was not brought back to the Braves. Instead, you watched him go to the Dodgers, in which case he won himself another piece of jewelry just recently. So it's been a thing, man. It's been a thing. It's been a thing, right? And then it's something else that Braves fans look forward to annually when it comes to the Braves. It's called Braves Fest, man, which they've canceled. So our annual Braves Fest that we traditionally host in January is one of our favorite events of the year. We always enjoy providing our fans with fun and unique opportunities to meet and engage with Braves players and coaches. After much thought and discussion, we have made the decision to not host Braves Fest for 2025. With construction currently underway at Truist Park in the Battery in Atlanta. If you've ever been to the Battery, it's incredible. And the preparations for the 2025 MLB All-Star Game, we will not be able to host the type of event that our fans deserve and have grown to love. We look forward to welcoming fans back to the ballpark for unforgettable experiences next season, both on and off the field. And we hope all of you have a wonderful holiday season. We can't wait to see you in 2025, right? So they've canceled Braves Fest, man. Great event for all the fans up on it. Boo. Oh, excuse me. So that is unfortunate to sort of see that canceled. But, I mean, obviously the stuff they laid out, I still think they could have done it. But when you're talking about I think there's a squeeze, and I think they want to make sure they have enough time in place to sort of figure out all these other things. Like I forgot about the All-Star Game next year, going to be in Atlanta. And that area is going to be insane, son. Truist, that place is going to be rocking for the All-Star Game. And the other stuff they're talking about going on with the Battery. And so, yeah, I get it. But then again, I think they probably still could have done it. I think they just decided, you know what, let's postpone that thing till next year and sort of make sure we have plenty of time, which, again, as a Braves fan, boo, because if you still could have done it, you should have done it. I mean, the fans are why you there, right? They're making it up for you. And it's real quick, some more Brave stuff. Chip Jones, man. Chipper Jones, Hall of Fame baseball player, played for the Braves. Love Chipper Jones, man. Love Chipper Jones, bro. But Chip, man, sometimes Chip be saying some stuff, man. And Chip Jones, man, he's back. He's backing the organization. He's backing Alex Anthopoulos, our revered general manager for the Braves, who never wants to pay anybody. Listen, he's sort of taking backing him up a little bit. Says he wants to do anything and everything to put the best product out there on the field. I trust that, and I'm gonna let him work. That's what Chipper Jones says about Alex Anthopoulos, the Braves general manager. If you want to let him work, man, let him work. I mean, that is by all means up to you in this thing, right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, he's been successful. Previously, I mean, we do have a World Series title within the last 5 years, so there's that thing. But still got a doubt, man. Still, I'm a fan. I'm allowed to be out here like, man, you ain't gonna sign him neither. Damn, dude was kind of nice. He was kind of nice behind on home plate, man. He was kind of nice in the outfield, man. You ain't gonna keep them cats. You know what I mean? So it's one of the details you just gotta roll with as a fan. I mean, Chipper backs him. I don't know that I'm fully on board backing this cat. Come on now. Give us something, man. Give us something. All right, y'all. Let's move on as we do to Georgia, UGA, and the college football playoff as we talk about Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, not much news. They got their bowl game scheduled. I'm going to put that out there in just a bit. We got ourselves some college football playoff games this weekend, y'all. Friday, right. As I take a look, oh yeah, I got to look at that schedule too next season. Right, Friday, starting off, Indiana at Notre Dame, right? And then Saturday we got SMU at Penn State, Clemson at Texas, and of course Tennessee at Ohio State, right? To round things out Saturday evening, right? To get the night going. All right. So at all these games, I'm gonna pick them before I jump off of here. I'm gonna give you my thoughts of who I think will win these games this weekend before I jump off of here. But yeah, UGA, they're just waiting on the winner of Friday's game, man. I'm glad that Georgia's the team that they are playing is playing the first game, right? Friday night is cool. Watch the game Friday night. Then I already know Saturday going watching the other three games, who Georgia's playing and who that is, right? So real quick, most watched teams in college football, right? the top 10 most viewed games from the regular season, right? Georgia, Texas. It doesn't say which one. I would have to say that it was probably the latter. You know what I'm saying? The SEC championship game, right? So yeah, the most viewed regulars, number one, Texas, Georgia, 13.19 million, right? Michigan, Ohio State, right? 12.3 million. Georgia, Alabama, 11.99 million. Georgia or Alabama, Tennessee, 10.23 million viewers. Tennessee, Georgia, 9.96 million viewers, right? Ohio State, Penn State, 9.77 million. Ohio State, Oregon, 9.6 million. Texas or Michigan, 9.19 million, and 9.45 million for Texas A&M, and then Indiana, Ohio State, 9.32 million. So highest watched games from the college football season. And shouts out to Jalen Walker, y'all. Shouts out linebacker Jalen Walker. You know what I'm saying? 2024 Butkus Award winner. Shouts out. You know, Georgia has brought home that hardware several times in the past, like 5 or 6 seasons. You know what I'm saying? To Kobe Dean, right. You want to talk about cats like that was back there. Kind of disrespected, though. Kind of disrespected when it comes to the AP. How do you win the Butkus Award for best linebacker in the country, but you're third team all AP, right? How do you do that? And Jalen Walker makes the AP All-America third team. I don't get how you're third team, but you're the best linebacker in the country. It's crazy. That's crazy. It says just another example of AP voters not knowing what they're doing. Hey, man, it doesn't make sense to me, man. Make it make sense, man. You win the bucket, but you ain't good. You ain't good enough to be first team, right? Let's see. What was I looking for right here? Apologies. I should have had this shit ready. You know, anyway, yeah, again, disrespected by the AP voters. So, hey, got a chip on the shoulder, I hope. Obviously, I already had one going to be coming in there playing. The dogs will be ready next week, man. They'll be ready next week. Has Carson Beck played his last game? Also talking about Carson Beck with Georgia, I don't know. He does have a year left of eligibility left, but who knows what's going to come out of that? There's no clue what happens, right? Right? I mean, you got the new cat in there. He's going to be finishing the season for us this year. And look, I'm gonna tell you right now, the young cat takes us to the promised land. Carson Beck, if you could stay one more year, if you want to, you ain't playing. Like that's just the reality of it. If the young cat takes us to the promised land, right? Yeah, hold on. Let me see. 5 players on Georgia were named to the AP All-America teams, including guard Dylan Fairchild, Brett Thorson, safety. I've been trying to find some status on Brett Thorson, man. That's a type that dude is an incredible punter, and he got hurt that last game. So let me see. Malachi Starks, second team, while Tate Rattlers made the third team. Those are all great honors for those 4 players, but they should have been very proud of. But Walker was the 5th and final Bulldog to make an AP All-American team, and he was only put on the 3rd team. How is it possible for Walker to be named nation's best linebacker, again, what I just said, and not be first team All-America right there, right? Let's see if I can get some. Let me do this. So yeah, with the Carson Beck stuff, again, I have no, he does have a year left, but I'm telling you, man, if the season ends the way that Georgia, the university, that Georgia fans, that if it ends that way, what the hell? All right, okay. Here we go. If it ends that way, Carson Beck, you out of here, man. I don't know how the other way to put it. You know what I mean? Like he's injured, and I know if stuff does not go well, with the young cat, Gunnar Stockton. If it doesn't go well with Gunnar, then maybe Carson comes back. I don't know. Or maybe he's just dead set on the face. He does have that injury he has to worry about rehabbing from as well. But Stockton played well though. You can't even hate when it comes to that with the SEC championship game, man. 25 for 32, 206 yards, man. Did have a pick, but I mean, yeah, man. Carson Beck, team leaders, 3,485 yards. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I don't see Beck coming back, man. I just don't see that being, part anything in the cards and move forward for Georgia. I mean, again, possibility. If Stockton does not play well and Beck has an eligibility, I wonder if Georgia tries to convince him to come back. Maybe not. Maybe they don't do that. I don't know. But what the case may be is the young cat played well enough, and he has no choice. He will be starting these next few games for Georgia. And I said few. I ain't gonna just say next one game, y'all. Hey, I got confidence in my boys, right? Confidence, man. So let's pull up the college football playoff, man. Let's. By the way, Georgia's schedule next season. I'm gonna pull this up. Apologies, I do want to pull this up here just to get a better view of it. Georgia's next season schedule. You can see right there, we got Marshall, Austin Peay, Tennessee, Alabama finally coming to Georgia, right? Kentucky coming to Georgia, coming to Athens, right? At Auburn, Ole Miss coming home, right? Again, Florida. By the way, I don't know if I've gave my thoughts on this game yet. Probably not, because I hadn't been on here that long. The Georgia-Florida game is a farce, bro. It is literally a neutral site BS. Neutral site BS. There's no way in hell this game should be played one year at that stadium in Florida, and then the next year at a neutral stadium in Georgia. There's none of this nonsense about a neutral site in Florida. It's still in Florida, y'all. Still. So that's one of the most nonsense. Oh, it's a neutral site. No, it's not. It is not a neutral site. Give us every other year in Georgia, not in Athens. I got you, not in Athens, at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium or something like that. I don't understand why it constantly goes back to Florida, right? And I'm sure there's some contracts involved there as well. And when them things is up, the discussion needs to be made. I am not the only one who feels this way. Georgia fans have felt this way for a long time when it comes to this particular game. Anyway, November 1st, Florida will be the home team. Mississippi State, at Mississippi State. Texas comes to Athens, right? See, this year we had to go to all these hard-ass places to play. This year, the Cats is coming to us, right? Next season, we got all these Cats at home. So, again, November 15th, Texas comes to Athens. Charlotte comes to Athens. And Georgia Tech comes to Athens, y'all. But this is different. This is a neutral site game. Georgia Tech from now on will be played in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium away from both teams' home campuses. That's a neutral site game. You know what I mean? That's neutral site right there, right? So, that's a real neutral site. It's both in the same team state, and it's almost like it's there, right? Of course, Georgia Tech fans are probably like, well, Georgia plays there like 5 times a season. We do. Still, that's when you want to define neutral site, that's how you define it. It's close proximity to both schools. As a matter of fact, it's closer to Georgia Tech. So that's a neutral site. Anyway, let's get the college football playoff pulled up here, man. Let's talk about it real quick, as before we move on. So what we have here, let me do this real quick. Looking at these bowl games, again, apologies, I need to pull something up for reference. If I pull up a graphic that has shown the college football playoff games in their thing right there. So obviously, Tulane versus Florida, that is happening in a couple of days. Something's going on? What is the 18th? Yeah, Cal versus UNLV. I don't know if the two schools are. But anyway, let's go here. Let's center this up. All right. College football playoff. First round. Starting Friday, the 20th. I'm going to go Notre Dame over Indiana. I'll go Notre Dame over Indiana. We'll be waiting for Notre Dame after this game. Played them a couple times past few seasons. Right. Some success there. So I think it's going to be Georgia Notre Dame, man, straight up. I think Penn State, they're going to get SMU, man. SMU, great season. I think Penn State got you. See, the kicker in these 4 games is that the team that has the home advantage. If you're a college football fan, you know that's an atmosphere like no other, right? The college football home atmosphere for a game is the closest thing you're going to get to Friday Night Lights in high school football. It is incredible. So I expect all of these teams and all of these home teams and fan bases to be fully prepared for who they have coming into their house. I'm sure they made it very impossible for teams like SMU and Clemson and Tennessee and Indiana to get tickets for the game, right? You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, man, I know they're designated a certain number of tickets, but it's going to be incredible, man. I am very, this is going to be exciting to see the college football playoff games played at a home stadium where you get to see those home fan bases act a fool and give us the business, man. So again, I think Notre Dame over Indiana, Penn State over SMU. Give me Tennessee over Ohio State in this piece. Give me Tennessee over Ohio State right now. Give me that. Let's see what happens, y'all. This was honestly, it was a guesser. I think Ohio State has struggled a bit. This is a couple games. I'm like, hey, man. Tennessee has as well. Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see if what happens when you start putting that in there right there. And Texas over Clemson. I think this is going to be the easiest one. Texas over Clemson. Now, hey, as you was playing, right? I don't know, man. I don't know anything about any of that kind of stuff, the details when it comes to that. But yeah, so those are my picks, man. I got Notre Dame over Indiana. I got Penn State over SMU, Tennessee over Ohio State, and Texas over Clemson. And again, the Tennessee-Ohio State one is sort of let's see what happens. Let me make a guess. I'll go Texas or Tennessee to sort of take on SEC versus Big Ten, right? So yeah. Those are my picks for the college football playoff. Let me take that back down. I just been there for a minute. Pull that back down as well. Excuse me. So yeah, man. Georgia season in a nutshell, man. I have a feeling we'll be waiting on Notre Dame. And look, if Indiana beats Notre Dame, then it's not any easier. If they beat Notre, you understand what I'm saying? I mean, although it is one game, I'll give them that. But we'll see. So that's my last thoughts on Georgia is picking those games. And real quick, as I move on to Georgia Tech, not much news out there for Tech. Obviously, they hadn't been playing or anything like that. They are in the Birmingham Bowl against Vanderbilt December 27th, right? I will be taking a look at that game as well, see what Tech does out there. But they already playing in the bowl game, the Birmingham Bowl against Vanderbilt December 27th. Once again, all right, let's move on some Hawks basketball, man. Hawks took it to them, man. They're 14-3 following an NBA Cup semifinal loss to the eventual Cup champion Milwaukee Bucks. They're still third in the Southeast by 2.5 games back of Orlando. They playing well, man. Playing some good basketball from the Hawks, man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how the season sort of comes down. The last 2 games, right? Obviously 110-102 L to the Bucks. The Bucks were on a mission for this thing, I believe. I could tell when they hoisted the sort of the NBA Cup, in the post game ceremony. They seemed that they enjoyed the fact that they were there and that they sort of put a lot of effort into winning that thing. So hey, shouts out, man, to the Milwaukee Bucks for winning the NBA Cup. And they wanted it just a little bit more. But again, the game wasn't like a blowout or nothing. You're talking about an 8-point loss to a team that is playing really well this season in the Bucks. I think they've won like 9 of their last 11 games or some shit like that. Go on this current pace that they're on. Started the season a bit shaky. And we won 108-100 against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. Trae Young loves to play at Madison Square, right? Loves to go up there because he has very great games there. The crowd dislikes him a lot. He's a villain. He's a New York Knicks villain, and it's kind of intriguing and interesting. As much as I am not a trash talker when it comes to sports, in the general sense of I let my team do the talking for me. If you're any of my close friends know I don't talk a lot of shit. I don't talk a shit when I'm playing Madden. I don't talk a lot of trash when I'm playing Kai. I'm not a trash talker. That's just not my thing. But to each his own, right? And it is funny sometimes when you see Trae Young get the New York Knicks crowd sort of at a fever pitch, especially when he was rolling the dice at the end of the game, right? As the clock ran out, he's out there at the top of the key with the basketball. He starts doing the dice rolls. And I'm like, damn, don't do it to him, Trey. But yeah, we're 2.5 games back of Orlando, right? Well, we got time. We got time. Again, the season is pretty much, just still rumbling on for the NBA. And we'll see what happens. Regular season for the Hawks resumes tomorrow against the Spurs in San Antonio. So yeah, that's pretty much it I got for y'all today, man. Apologies on a very short show. News out there, so to speak, to sort of get to some of this stuff it's always a pleasure. And again, college football playoff starts this Friday. I think that's the biggest sports thing out there as far as, going if you're a college football fan. If not, NFL games resume back. And again, let me bring it back up, man. Let me bring it back up. These Falcons, the Falcons, sort of what they, here we go. The Falcons, sort of what they have ahead of them when it comes to Giants, Commanders, Panthers, man. That's going to seal it. They win those 3 games, they are the NFC South champions because they own the tiebreaker. So it would not matter. Let's see. 10-7. Let's see. Oh, no. Excuse me. That's my fumble. I said it earlier. I don't know what I'm thinking about. The Bucs have to lose a game. If both teams win out for the rest of the season, the Falcons will be 10-7. The Bucs will be 11-6. Right? The Falcons would own the tiebreaker, but that's not a tie, right? So there's a chance. So the Falcons need 1 loss from the Bucs and then just win out. Take care of your business. Don't worry about the other stuff, but also fingers crossed the Bucs lose a game. In the Bucs schedule, Cowboys, Panthers, Saints. I don't even know where you shoe in an L right there at, right? Who the Bucs losing to for the rest of the season? The Cowboys, Panthers, Saints. Maybe the Saints, because that is a division rivalry game, and the Saints, like the Carolina Panthers, might love to end Tampa Bay's season with a cheek clapping in Tampa Bay, right? So that could happen, and if that is the case, we are looking at some stuff. So Falcons, do your thing, go out there, handle your business, and we should be going good. We should be all right. And again, shouts out Carrollton, playing Grayson tomorrow or tonight at in just 10 minutes. They're going to kick off that game in high school football high school football playoffs. They're playing Grayson, so shouts out to them. Carrollton, much love. It's not that far of a city from here. I've been there several times in my life since I am a Georgia native. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, so guys, I appreciate y'all. That was a little lot. So guys, appreciate y'all. Everybody who joins in on the show. Sorry, the show's been a tad bit shorter than I'm normally used to going, but again, I put all the news out there that I had, and next week I'll definitely have more. Look, we'll know who Georgia's playing. We'll know who all these teams are playing in the playoff. We'll have all that extra news out there, and we'll see how much closer the Falcons have gotten to sort of securing the NFC South, if they've gotten closer by any stretch. Again, announcement: Michael Penix Jr. It is Penix time in Atlanta. They have went to the young rookie, and we shall see how it goes with 3 games left in the season for the Atlanta Falcons. With that being said, you've been watching Georgia Sports Central from IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. I'll see y'all guys later, man.